morning, students. Let me write the class. Okay. Now, yesterday we have seen archaeological sources, epigraphic material, numismatic material, sculptures and paintings, monuments and buildings. We had learned yesterday all the things. So today we are going to start the literary sources. So there are the chronicles, biographic, autographics, accounts of foreign travelers and correspondence of the kings. So last year also we have learned that one. So this year also we have learned in the details. Okay. If some students will read this one, accounts of foreign travelers, so they can get idea. Yes, last year we have learned that one. Some of the Chinese travelers came in India, like Yuan Chong. Yes or no? Fahed. They came in India and they had studied to the Buddhist literatures. Yes. So this year also we are going to read the same things. Okay. So chronicles. Chronicles means it came in the order which events has came in the first. So from that the first, second, third, first, it will come in the chronicles orders. Now we are going to read that one. Okay. We should not waste our time. Lesson is vast, so we have to start the chronicles. I am going to read the passage, that one page. Open your page number 5. Literary sources, passage number 2. There is no dearth of historical records on medieval India. So dearth means a lack of something, because there is no actually means we don't know where that lack of something means in medieval India means there is no any events, records. A large number of literary sources are available. A large numbers of literary sources are available now. From there we can get the ideas. These written records provide valuable information and a better insight into the administration, economy and society of that time. So from that the records what we can get the ideas, what we can get the lot of information. We can get their administrations, economic, political and their societies, how it was that time, how they were doing the administration, their societies, their political condition, their economic condition. We will get that all the information through that the literary sources. Literary sources include court chronicles, biographics, autographics, account of foreign travelers and correspondence of the king and the other court's record. We will get that one. So one by one we will see that one. First one, chronicles. Chronicles means in order. A chronicle is a historical records of event arranged in a chronicle order. A continuous chronological records of the major events is available because most of the monarch, we should not say that monarch, okay, we have to say the monarch employed court chronicles who maintain profuse records of the activities happening during their regions. Most of these literary records are found in Persian, Turkish, Sanskrit and many other languages. So that time the monarchs were there. Monarchs means what? Monarch means a king or queen. King or queen. So that time what happens? So in their courts, how they were ruling, how they were giving to the people. So some peoples are there, so they can manage, they can write there all the records in some of the books. So from that the literary sources we can understand that one. Now see. So many of these records we can get in the Persian language, Turkish language, Sanskrit language and other language. Other language means in the Kannada or Malayalam, Telugu, Kannada. Like that the languages also there. There are some of the literary sources. Pali language were there that time. Yes or no? So these are the sources we can get all the information about that the monarchs. Monarch means king or queens. Some of the significant chronicles of the medieval period are as follows. Now see, some of the chronicles, they are given in the orders, so we have to read that one. Some words are very difficult, so listen carefully and see that one. First one, Taibkat. Taibkat. What is called? Taibkat. 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 Taibkat-e-Nasiri. Taibkat-e-Nasiri by Minhaj-uz-Siraj is a general history of the Islamic world and is named after the reigning the Sultan Nasruddin Muhammad. So, Taibkat-e-Nasiri by means it is written by the who? Minhaj-uz-Siraj. He was a general history of the Islamic words which narrates the history. After the designing the Sultan Nasruddin Muhammad, there was the one Sultan Nasruddin Muhammad. His history, his events, his work we can get in the Taibkat-e-Nasiri in their the books. Second one, Tariq-e-Firoj. Second one, Tariq-e-Firoj by Ziyadul Barani. Tariq-e-Firoj, it is one of the books. Okay, it is written by the Ziyadul Barani. It is giving the valuable historical verse which narrates the history of Delhi Sultanate. So, in that books, what we can get the information? We can get the information about the Delhi Sultanate. It is written by the Ziyadul Barani, and this book's name is Tariq-e-Firoj. Third one, Rajat Ragini by Kalhana. Rajat Ragini by Kalhana is foremost amongst the chronicles in Sanskrit. It deals with the history of Kashmir. So, Rajat Ragini, it's the books you will get. It is written by the Kalhanas and its books in the Sanskrit, and it has shown the history of the Kashmir. Second one, Muntaq-ut-Tiwari. Muntaq-ut-Tiwari. See the very difficult word, this one. Muntaq-Tiwari. Muntaq-ut-Tiwari by Abdul Qadir Badani is written in 3 volumes. It lights the regions of Babur, Humayun and Akbar. So one of the person is there, Abdul Qadir Badani. It has written the Muntaq Tariq. It has given the knowledge, it has given the information, it has given the lights to the Babur, Humayun, Akbar. So Mughal Sultanate. Last one, Alamgir by Mirza Muhammad Kazim is an official history for the first 10 years of Aurangzeb region. So first 10 years, Aurangzeb was there, yes or no? Last, he was the ruler, Muslim ruler, and by Mirza Muhammad Kazim. Mirza Kazim has written in these books Alamgir, but only for first 10 years he has written. After history has written by someone. Second one, autographics and biographics. Medieval ruler appointed historians to record the events. These historians often accompanied the rulers to record the events. Some of the examples of autographics and biographics are shown in tables. So some of the medieval rulers like kings or queens, they are accounting to someone like ministers, yes or no, chief minister, senapati, sir senapati, like that they are appointed some of the ministers. And some of the ministers were they are appointing, they are writing only what things are happening in that the court and what things will be happens in that the kingdoms. So all the things that person has to be right. That person should be live with that king always. So he should be write down all things. He should be mentioned all the things. So some of the autographics and biographics are there. So title Fateh Firoz Shahi. Fateh Firoz Shahi. It is written by the Firoz Shah Tughlaqs. Tazik-e-Jahangiri. It is written by the Emperor Jahangirs. Tazik Babri or Babarnama. It has author Emperor Babur. Akbarnama Abdul Fazal. Aine Akbari Abdul Fazal. Humayunama Gulbadan Begum. Prithviraj Raso Chand Bardai. So these are the authors and these are the titles. So these are called autographics, and we will from that the books we can get a lot of information about the kings. Now accounts of foreign travelers. Some of the accounts, some foreign travelers came to the they visited to our India. They have seen the beautifulness of our India, and they have written all the things, how the peoples were behaving each other, how they were treating to the others, how they were doing the trade to each others, what are their customs, what are their cultures, how the kings were treated to them, yes or no, how they have the relations to each others. So all the things, these all things, it has written in their the books. Last year also we informed when the Farhad has came in India, and he has seen no one on the roadside. If your gold has fallen, if your gold is fall somewhere, next day you will get that the gold in the same place. Nobody will touch that the gold. Means that much gold in our country. Means there were no robbers, no thieves, and there was no door. There was no door on their houses, so people can come and go. Means they were believing to the people, no one can go inside their houses and no one can do the robberies. Yes or no? And he has not seen the butcher's shops. Butcher shops means understand na? Matna's dukan. So he has not seen the butcher shops. Butcher shop, it was in the out of the villages. So that much clarity was there, that much beautifulness was there, and people were belonging to each other, people were believing to each other, and they were treated with like as a family only. He has written in his the books. So some of the foreign travelers also came in our India, so their names are here. Foreign travelers who visited India during the medieval period have left very valuable information regarding the political, social and economic condition of India. So in the medieval period also some foreign travelers came in India, and they have written a valuable information regarding political, economics and the social conditions. First one, Ibn Battuta was one such traveler who wrote the detailed information of his travels under the title of Rihla. So one of the foreign travelers, his name is the Ibn Battuta. He has came in India, he has written in his books. The book's name is the Rihla. It contains very useful accounts of judicals means like that the judges, judges, political, military institution as well as social and economic condition of India. It also furnished information about geography of India. In Ibn Battuta came in India, it has written in the books. His book's name is Rihla. Book's name is Rihla. In that it has written information of the judicial, political, military institutions and also economic conditions. He has written all the things. Next one, Domingo Passes and Duarte Barbosa, both are the Portuguese, who visited Vijayanagara city, have left eyewitness accounts of the splendor of the Vijayanagara city, the king, the common people and trade and commerce. Before only I said some people has come and they had written all the social condition, economic condition, foreign condition, trade conditions. Yes or no? So both are these Portuguese, Domingo Passes and Duarte Barbosa. They have visited to the Vijayanagara city and they have written about their kings, about the peoples, about their commerce, about their trade, about their economic conditions. Abdul Razak's traveler account are also very useful to the history of Vijayanagara. The work of several other European travelers such as Marco Polo, Niccolo Conti, Niccolo Marconi, all Italian. Mostly all Italian people were coming in the India that times. Yes or no? Captain William Hawkins, Sir Thomas Roy and Repeal Pitch, all are the English. Brenier, Tavernier, both French. have also made reference about India and its people in their traveler accounts. So this all the travelers, foreign travelers came in India, they had written in their books about the Indias. Not only these much travelers, they are given the only some names. They are given here only some of the names. But many people have visited to India, they had written about the India and they had taken a lot of literary works from us and they had got. Because before only we know writing, readings, yes or no? That time India was developed a lot of. Within when the European country has not been developed that much, larger than that our India has developed. But only one thing in our Indians we have. Still now we have that one. We are jealousy or we are not helping to each other. Yes or no? A lot of misunderstanding to each other. So that's why these foreign travelers has came, this British came, the Portuguese, Muslims, Dutch, all the people has came, they have taken the advantages of our people. And one thing is there, we are the not united. If we are the united, no one can us defect. Yes or no? But we are not united. That's why these all people came, they had rules and they have God. Still we are not united. Yes or no? Correct it? Indigenous literature. Next one. Page number 7. During the early medieval period, Sanskrit remained the language of literature in northern India. So in the northern India during the medieval period, the Sanskrit language is the remains. Okay. The people were speaking the Sanskrit language, but that time the people were not, all the people were not speaking the Sanskrit language. So see where we lost. In the medieval period, all the people were not speaking the Sanskrit language. Only few people were speaking the language, and rest of the people they were speaking the Pali language. So that time some Pandits were there. Yes or no? They had came. They know that the Sanskrit language. Aryans we are saying to them. So they had given us all the it's called that the beliefs. They were believing to the God and goddesses, and just they had the common people are afraid to from them. So all the rituals things are there. It has gone from that the Sanskrit language only. So common people could not be understand that the Sanskrit language. So Sanskrit language was spoken by the only of the few peoples, and they are not given that the knowledge to the others. That's why we are the very behind. Okay. Kalhana Rajatragini and Jaydev's Gita Govind are some of the finest examples of Sanskrit literature. There are several Rajput ballads. Ballads means katha, sangra. Ballads means katha. And epics such as Prithviraj Vijaya composed by the local bards. It largely speak about the heroic deeds and the military conquest of martial heroes. They are of immense help in reconstructing history. Chand Bardev was the royal guard of Prithviraj Chauhan. His epic composition Prithviraj Raso described the struggle between the Rajputs and Muhammad Ghori. It also great sources to understand the social, economic, political and military life of the period, particularly before establishment of the Turkish rule. The existence of religious literature during the medieval period cannot be ignored. This period is marked as the period of the Bhakti and Sufi movement. The literature composed by the sons was primarily in the local language, providing ample of scope for the historians to understand the existing religion and society. We also have valuable historical works written in different regional languages such as Bengali, Hindi, Marathi and Tamil. Tamil is the oldest language of India. Okay. So there are the several Rajput ballads are there. Katha Sangra. We can see that one also. There Prithviraj Chauhan also knows. Prithviraj is Prithviraj Chauhan also knows. So here how he was fought with the Muhammad Ghori. It has written by in the books of Prithviraj Raso. Prithviraj Prithvi Raja Raso, one of the book was there. In that books you can get the information, a lot of information how these both are fight. Even in that books you will get their political condition, social condition, economic condition of that the rule. Means after that the Turkish rule has established in the India. And in that the medieval period also the Sufi Sant and Bhakti movement has been increased. Bhakti movement means we are Katha means Gani, yes or no? It has composed by the different languages like in Hindi, Marathi, Tamil, Bengali. It has established in the other languages also. Up to the year we have to be stopped. You have to read this. Up to the year you have to read the several times. So you will also get the knowledge. Okay. Now tomorrow we will learn about the political development. So I hope tomorrow also we have to be complete. Okay. Up to there. Bye bye.